Welcome to our special election night coverage. The clock is ticking. Polls across Georgia are set to close in just 1 hour.
Tonight, millions of Americans are making their voices heard, deciding on everything from the next president to crucial local races and key ballot measures. Our team reporters and those analyses spread out at the campaign headquarters of polling places across the coastal empire and low country, ready to deliver the latest reaction. We will also check in with the Harris and Trump campaigns.
We begin with WSAV's Kaylee Fedko, who is joining us now with more on the race for Chatham County District Attorney. And Kaylee, what are you seeing on the ground as we head into the final hour of voting?
Well, good evening to you, Ben. Now, I visited several polling places today, and from what voters were telling me, this really could be anyone's game, whether that's incumbent Shalina Cook-Jones or her opponent, Andre Pretorius. I'm going to break them down both for you. Let's start with Shalina Cook-Jones, having a very good streak of high-profile prosecutions and indictments here as of late. They're on your screen right now. Most notably, the Leilani Simon conviction coming down 2 weeks prior to Election Day. Now, that's not to say Jones's tenure is not without controversy. She has come under fire from some in the legal community after dismissing 6 murder cases in August because they were investigated by fired Savannah police officers accused of lying. That's in addition to alleged high prosecutor turnover and being the subject of judicial sanctions for allegedly slow-rolling responses in a federal lawsuit. Here's Pretorius on what he says needs changed and what he will change in office if elected.
You have to be able to go out and speak to the victims, let them know when their cases are coming to court. I think that is the major misconnection that we have, is that people are being released on bonds and victims aren't notified about that. These individuals are committing crimes again and again, and yet they keep remaining out on bond even though they're supposed to be in jail.
Shalina Cook-Jones did decline to speak to News 3. We did ask her multiple times, though she is out of town. I'll be following this race all night, and we'll bring you results as they come in. Reporting live in Savannah, Kaylee Fedko, WSAV News 3 on your side.
Kaylee, thank you. Another race we are keeping an eye on is the battle over the Bryan County Commission chairman. WSAV's Sarah Smith joining us now with more on a surprising name on the ballot.
Well, Meredith Gibson is that qualified write-in candidate now. She's campaigning on her volunteerism and her community work, especially following Tropical Storm Debbie. But she's up against incumbent Carter Enfinger, and he has over a decade of experience as a commissioner and a chairman here in Bryan County. Now, Gibson became a qualified write-in candidate after Debbie. She and many other residents in Richmond Hill say the county mishandled their response to the devastating flooding in this area. Now, Carter says the county did what was required of them and acted in a timely manner. We've had 2 more storms since then. That's Helene and Milton. And Enfinger says they have continued to do their best for the community. I also asked the 2 candidates about the booming growth in the area. Here's their response.
I'm excited about our growth and making sure that we're not forgetting about the people in that growth. You can't stop the growth, but we have to make sure that we're staying true to the people of the county.
We're continuing to work on the roads. We're doing roundabouts now on north and south end. We're doing transportation projects. We're doing sewer and water infrastructure projects. All those projects are in place. It's we have to turn that into the state what we're going to do, and we're probably know what we're going to do for the next 5 to 10 years easily, if not beyond.
Now, both candidates are having watch parties tonight. We'll, of course, check in with them live at 10 and 11 this evening, getting their reaction to the results. Now, just a side note here at this voting location near McAllister Elementary in Richmond Hill, about 608 people have voted so far at this polling place. And, of course, we'll update you on the amount of people who did cast their vote here in Bryan County as the final hour winds down. Reporting live in Bryan County, Sarah Smith, WSAV News 3. On your side.
Sarah, thank you. In the Low Country, voters choosing their next representative for District 1 in Congress. Incumbent Nancy Mace visiting the area today to drum up some last-minute support for her campaign. Mace is being opposed by the great-great-grandson of Robert Smalls, Michael Moore. We heard from him yesterday. Mace says after 2 terms in office, people know she will fight for them. Her willingness to speak up and speak out in Congress, she says, is something worth voting for.
I am the most vocal woman on the Republican side of the ticket in Congress, anywhere in the country. When Republicans have stood silent on women's issues, I've been fighting very hard, and I want every woman to know I'm going to fight for them.
Moore says Mace is too focused on national issues and attention, and he wants to make sure the kitchen table issues like the economy and climate change in the Lowcountry are a priority.
The race for the next mayor is underway for the city of Beaufort. Incumbent Phil Cromer and Councilman Josh Scolati are in a tight battle to claim that top position. WSAV spoke with both candidates to see what their expectations are for this election.
With local elections, you never know what's going to happen, but I would hope that the voters will put me back in for 4 more years. I've only been on it as mayor for 11 months, and I'd like to continue to try to make Beaufort the best place we can possibly make it.
I'm just happy to be involved. This is my hometown. It's very important to me. I'm raising my 2 kids here, so I want to make sure that I can do the most that I can to ensure a sustainable and a vibrant future for them here.
And we're going to have all the South Carolina Lowcountry election results coming up tonight on News 3 at 11.
Back in Chatham County, the race for commission chair is being closely watched, and WSAV's Nakia Harris joining us now with a breakdown.
You have incumbent Chester Ellis, and then you have Republican candidate Joel Bablaski, both hoping for a win tonight, and we're going to be hearing their thoughts on growth. Now, growth has been the topic of conversation for a lot of counties in our area, especially Chatham County. You have the Hyundai plant in Bryan County that is bringing thousands of jobs to our region. However, people have been concerned about how the county plans to keep up with the pace of this rapid growth. Infrastructure is top of mind for many residents.
Growth is here. It's not coming, it's here, but the infrastructure is not here, all right? And we're working to build that infrastructure, all right? That means we're talking about water and sewer, we're talking about roads, we're talking about streets.
We all know that we have a traffic issue now, and we just need to focus in on it now, address the issues, where we know that there's going to be a problem, and there's already a problem, but it's not an easy fix. It is not going to be, it didn't take us 24 hours to get into this problem.
Throughout the night, we will be updating you on air and online as those votes start to roll in. We will also be keeping an eye on commission seats 6 and 7. So stay tuned for that. Reporting in Chatham County, Nakia Harris, WSAV News 3 on your side.
Nakia, thank you. And taking a closer look now, one of the headlines for this presidential race, the gender gap. Women across the country showing their support for Vice President Kamala Harris, while men opting to pull for former President Donald Trump. We asked an expert in politics at Georgia Southern University. He says it is not something new to see, but the gender gap is widening. He says political parties have become increasingly polarized over the years, saying the undoing of Roe v. Wade is a big issue driving the way men and women vote differently.
On average, men and women voters will sometimes prioritize different things. And I also think that the candidate, particularly the Republican candidate, former President Donald Trump, is particularly polarizing. And I think we're seeing that reflect some in their gender gap as well.
Our team got out to the polls to ask the voters themselves. Of those we spoke to, a good portion of women voters say abortion is one of their top issues. Men are mostly saying that they are interested in the economy and how far their dollar can stretch.